G'day everyone, Endurance Aaron here. Welcome to my channel. As you can see right here in front of me, I have a large amount of kit, and that is because I am doing my first race of the year. I am off to Snowdonia this weekend, so competing in the UTS50K. However, it's not your average 50K, it's got some serious elevation, so it's the first time I've done it, so I'm looking forward to it. But with that, comes a lot of kit, as you can see here, and the key is in the word Snowdonia. So you have to pack your cold weather kit as well as your warm weather kit. Now, obviously the race organisers are going to let us know, I guess, on the day or the day before, which one we do need to carry with us. Needless to say, we need to take all of this with us to the event village the day before, just to be able to get your bib number. So it comes with a lot of organising. But so let's have a look at what we got. And I've got to try and fit everything on the day into this little pocket here in the back of my race vest. So we'll see how we go. Represent, got my badge there, Australia. But yeah, let's start with some of the clothes. Obviously, gotta have a good sock game. So got my favourite Trail Hero socks here, which go perfectly with my Hoka Speedgoat 5s. Backup socks, my Sealy, obviously my Snood or my Snood, however you want to call them. If it's cold, especially up the top of Snowdon, I might need this. Alternatively, actually, one of the mandatory kit things is actually to have a Saharan cap with a thing down the back to cover your neck. I don't actually have that. However, speaking to some people in the past, they've been able to pop their snood on the back of their cap. So that might be the way to go, but I'll be wearing my cap with my brand on the day. Other stuff, obviously my amazing trail shorts that I'm pretty famous for. I think they just speak to me being Australian, like it screams beach. They kind of look like board shorts and everyone's just like, oh yeah, nice shorts. Some people either love them or hate them. I guess they're kind of like Vegemite, right? But of course I'll have my skins and stuff. They have leggings as part of the mandatory kit list as well. Never worn a pair in my life, don't want to wear them. So I just bought the cheapest pair possible. Gloves. Hopefully it's not too cold. I can get away with these ones. They're not waterproof. However, they have said you do need waterproof gloves. I've got some spare just in case. In terms of the jackets, we're not expecting rain. It's going to be 18 degrees, but my full waterproof jacket is my high estate jacket. So once again, really nice there. Got my brand on the back, which is good. However, I'm hoping I don't have to wear that one because my favourite one is my Adidas Terex one because it's super lightweight. It is like a feather and it's going to fit pretty well inside inside here. So yeah. Other than that, just some other layers that they've recommended, long sleeve layers. Got my t-shirts with my brand on there as well as a singlet. So that's pretty much all the clothes. Looking at the tech, staying on this side, obviously my Garmin. One guy has, I can't remember his name, but absolutely amazing. He downloaded the GPX file, but he also added the aid stations to the GPX file as well, and then shared that with everyone. So I've downloaded that, so I'll know how far away I am from the aid stations. Obviously this camera that's filming this, I'm going to be looking at taking a lot of footage on the day. So I've got my power back and some cords. Obviously I may need to recharge if I do too much filming. I've just been to Curry's as well, actually. Shout out to Josh from Curry's here in Brighton. He has this camera as well, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and thanks mate for helping me find the correct SD card because I had a really small one before. Yeah, sunnies, if it's sunny, obviously my beanie, probably won't wear that. I don't like wearing that. I prefer to wear caps. Right in front of me, as I said, the Hoka Speedgoat 5s. We've got to take a little cup as well, so a speed cup. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really used it in a race, but a lot of people do A lot of race events actually ask you to take one. So I guess it's when you approach those aid stations, you can just quickly fill up like a Coke or something like that. I guess that's kind of good for not using plastics and rubbish and stuff like that at aid stations. Usually per race I'll have 2 of these in my vest, so they're 500 ml each. I'll carry one with water, one with electrolytes. Given the elevation of this race, I'm going to take my 1 litre camel pack with me. However, what I might do is just carry a 3rd one just in case, and if I do run out, I've identified some streams and some places where I can top a 3rd one up along the way, but generally between aid stations I can use 2. But I'm thinking with 18 degrees, I'm probably going to carry 3, and it's not going to add too much more weight, and it's so important to stay hydrated. So speaking of nutrition and hydration, so as you can see here, I usually run with my Morton gels. I've got caffeine and no caffeine. I also have my electrolyte fast chews. Ironically, UTMB came out this week in an email and said to us they don't recommend those and they're actually highly dangerous. Now, I don't think they're very dangerous, and they're so common. They're used by a lot of people. What the argument is there's no evidence that they do help with cramping, but there's also no evidence that they don't help with cramping. So it's one of those things. They're electrolyte fast chews. It's just a quick way of getting electrolytes. I will probably use them, but hey, I'm not going to be throwing 10 down my throat. So as you can see here, I've got a vast array of food. So what I tend to do, because you don't want to rely on aid stations for food, particularly I'm a mid-pack runner, so I'm not expecting to be up the front. And when you get a lot of, when you're a mid-pack runner, sometimes you approach these aid stations and some of the food's already gone. So it's really important to take your own nutrition. So I've got some salted peanuts, very important to get that salt in. Dried apricots, pickles are one of my favorites, so snacking pickles, Haribos, some cheese. I love cheese blocks, they're really, really good as well. All these things that give you a lot of carbohydrates are really important. Beef jerky, another go-to, just some trail mix, some crackers, some creatine as well. Obviously I'm going to be drinking a lot of water, so that will help with water retention to my muscles, to help my legs. They're sore just sitting down like this. But yeah, what else have I got? So yeah, what I will do is tend to pack a mix of that in one of these bags, and I'll calculate how many carbohydrates are in that bag and how much of that I need to eat per hour. So just to make sure I am eating that. And it also helps being prepared, right? Having your own food means when I get to the aid stations, all I need to do is top up my waters and walk out. I don't need to sit down. I don't need to replenish. I don't need to sit there and eat all the food that's at the aid station because I've got my own, so I can walk out eating. So that saves a lot of time in races, which is pretty good. Yeah, so that's pretty much all of the food. I've got the Tailwind product, which I'll probably pop in one of these. So it's almost like a food replacement, carbohydrates, electrolytes, all of that stuff. Because sometimes you get in races and you actually don't feel like eating. I've had so many stomach issues over long distance races where I haven't been able to stomach too much food, especially as I get longer and further into the race. I tend to just stick to the liquids. Survival stuff, obviously it's really important for our safety, especially going up Snowdon. So I've got a bivy bag, which is part of the mandatory kit. I have here, which is, oh no, that's the bivy bag. What was that? Oh yeah, they're the trousers. So we've got to have waterproof trousers as well. Little first aid kit, foil blanket. Not expecting to use these. They're hand warmers and toe warmers. If it was pretty cold up there, like it has been the last couple of weeks, then I would probably look at putting them in gloves and things like that just to keep the hands warm, but 18 degrees, it's going to be quite nice. We've got my poles here, my Ayaniji running poles, which are absolutely amazing. I'm going to be using them for pretty much most of the day, given that elevation. What else? We've got some sun cream. Sun's going to be out. The old Vaseline. You know where that goes. Yeah. Yeah, so I did listen to you, Mark, if you're watching this video, in my documentary about my 100K, which if you haven't watched, go and watch. It's a story basically about why I'm running 100K, which is 2 weeks after Snowdonia, what I'm running it for, and the challenge that I've set myself. So there's a good documentary in there, which brings a good focus to mental health awareness, which is really good. But yeah, Mark spoke about the Vaseline in there, so definitely got that. Thank you, Mark, for reminding me. We actually have to have a whistle, a light, and a compass. So I've got my head torch, which over here, which is great. But this here, it's got a little compass on there, tiny little light if I do need it, but nice little whistle. I don't plan on falling off any cliffs and getting lost, but you never know. We have to have an elasticized bandage as well, and also this is just for me, just to put on my nipples basically. But yeah, so that's my UTS50 kit. It's going to be a really great day. I'm looking forward to it. There are some amazing people I've been talking to already. Looking forward to seeing some familiar faces and also meeting some new people along the way. First UTMB race. I've done so many other races, but I'm going to be collecting those running stones and hopefully getting to Chamonix, France in no time. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel and I will bring you some content from the race after the weekend.